Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, going to be talking through a couple player props I like on Prizepicks for the Week 1 college football slate for Monday. So this is going to wrap up Week 1 of college football. We do have a game on Monday night between Florida State and Boston College. It's the only game on the slate. It's the only game that Prizepicks has props up for. So we're going to talk about some props I do like in this game. I got two plays I do like. Obviously, since it is only one game, there's just not going to be a ton of props to choose from. So definitely would play lighter on this slate. You don't want to be going crazy on a one-game slate. But we got two plays to talk about, and as always, guys, we're going to break down these two plays. We're going to talk about why I like them. Now, before we do get started, make sure you guys hit that like button down below. If you do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. If you guys are new to Prizepicks, if you don't have an account over on Prizepicks, be sure to sign up. Use promo code NOAH. When you sign up, use my promo code, play your first lineup. You'll instantly get $50 in promo funds added to your account, whether you win or lose that lineup. So check out Prizepicks, guys, if you have not yet. And again, use that promo code NOAH. But yeah, we got two props to talk about for Monday night's game between Florida State and Boston College. Just kind of recapping Week 1 so far of college football. It was great giving out the plays on YouTube. We gave out 7 total plays for Week 1 of college football on this YouTube channel for free. Went 6-1 on the 7 plays we gave out, so did really well there. The only play that we missed was on Saturday. We gave out Phil Maffa over 13.5 fantasy score, which was definitely kind of a rough one to watch because Maffa, he got some good volume. He got like 17 carries, had I think 1 or 2 receptions. He just didn't get into the end zone. Clemson's offense was really struggling to move the ball down the field. Maffa went under his fantasy score, but yeah, we've given out 7 total plays for college football on this YouTube channel, and we're 6-1. So it's a pretty good start to the season, guys. Let's see if we can finish up Week 1 here with another win. So talking through the two props I like for this game. First prop we're going to take a look at that I do like is going to be Thomas Castellanos, and I like him for more than 57.5 rush yards. So Thomas Castellanos is a dual threat quarterback. He is a guy that is very mobile. Boston College uses him a lot, with his legs. He is definitely more of a runner than he is a passer. Like, you can just look at his game log last season and see that he was a guy that would run the ball a ton. I mean, he gets carries like a running back does. So just talking through his rush attempts last season: 9, 16, 16, 10, 16, 31, 13, 14, 22, 11, 17, 19, 21. Boston College, they'll call like a bunch of design runs for Thomas Castellanos. He gets a ton of volume on the ground. Now, sure, in college you do lose yards for sacks. So if he does get sacked, you're going to lose rush yards for that. But man, he just does so much with his legs that I definitely think 57.5 rush yards. I know this feels like a really high line for a quarterback, but Castellanos is definitely a different type of quarterback. He's honestly more of like a running back. He reminds me a lot of Kyler Murray, the way he runs. Like, he's a small guy, but he's very quick, very mobile. And this is a line that he went over in a large majority of his games last season. He went over this line, I believe, 9 out of 13 games last season. I think there was only 4 games where he went under this line. He had 49 rush yards against Louisville. He had 45 against Connecticut, 46 against Virginia Tech, and then 21 against Pittsburgh. But every other game last season went over 57.5 rush yards. And that does include a game against Florida State, who last season he put up 95 rush yards against. Florida State's defense last season was definitely a lot better than their defense is going to be this season. So I think this matchup for Thomas Castellanos is not that bad either. Like, I'm a Florida State fan. I think our defense, this season is definitely not going to be as good as it was last season. So I think Thomas Castellanos is going to be able to move around with his legs. He's a very mobile quarterback, and he showed a lot of rushing upside last year. I mean, you can look through his game log last season: 67, 69, 95. Then he had 49, but then 78, 142, 128 rush yards. And then he had 45, but then 87, 46, 21, 130, and then 156. Again, he's just kind of like a different type of quarterback that they use a lot on the ground. And honestly, there's a good chance he'll have more rush attempts in this game than he will pass attempts. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but there have been games. There were some games last season. I want to say there was 1 or 2 games where he had actually more rush attempts than pass attempts. So he's a guy they use a lot on the ground. I like this matchup for him. I don't think Florida State's defense is as good. They definitely didn't really show a bunch of, they weren't really slowing down Haynes King last week. I want to say Haynes King ran for like over 40 yards on Florida State's defense last week, and Haynes King not nearly as quick, not nearly as mobile as Thomas Castellanos is. So like that is our first prop for Monday night. And then the other prop that I like we're actually going to take an interception prop. We're going to take DJ Uiagalelei for less than 0.5 interceptions. So DJ did not throw an interception week 1 against Georgia Tech. And if you look through his game log last season at Oregon State, he threw 7 interceptions last season over a 12-game span, 12 or 13-game span. And there were a couple games where he had 2 interceptions in one game. But he was a pretty accurate passer, at least in terms of not turning the ball over. And Florida State did not, they didn't really let DJ throw the ball down the field much. A lot of his passes last week were very short, quick routes. He wasn't really taking a ton of deep shots. And if you're gonna, for a quarterback to throw interceptions, a quarterback's a lot more likely to throw an interception on a deep ball than they are on a shorter, quicker route, because on those short routes you can obviously see your receiver. Usually those quick routes, your receiver's able to get space and you can hit him quick. Whereas, when you're taking deep shots, sometimes those can lead to interceptions if you underthrow the ball, stuff like that. And Florida State didn't really let DJ air it out much in week 1. Maybe they change up their offense this week and let him air it out a little bit more. But just looking through DJ's, history, he's historically been a guy that's not a super turnover-prone quarterback. Again, had 7 interceptions last season, but that was over like a 12 or 13-game span. And again, he had 2 games where he had 2 interceptions. But last season, he started off the season with 0 interceptions, 0. Then he had 2 in one game, and then he had 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and then finished the season with 2 against Washington and then 1 against Oregon. But look at some of the games. Like when he threw an interception last season, it was against Oregon, Washington, Utah, and Washington State. 4 of the 5 games where he threw an interception last season were against top 25 teams. Obviously, Boston College, not a top 25 team, definitely not a great defense either. So I like DJ to be accurate with the ball here, to not throw an interception. I know these type of props, they're not going to be fun to sweat, because for all we know, DJ could literally throw an interception on the first play of the game, and just like that, the prop's dead and you've lost. But I still like this play. I think Florida State's going to be very conservative with DJ. I think they're going to run a very kind of run-heavy offense. That was their game plan in week 1. It didn't really work. Maybe they change it up here, but with how Mike Norvell likes to run things, they let Jordan Travis air it out, but that was because Jordan Travis had a ton of experience. He's been playing for the team for multiple years. DJ, obviously, this is his first year with Florida State. They didn't really let him gun it and air it out in week 1. Don't know if they're going to let him do that again here. So I think we got a good chance he goes out there, probably has 25-ish, 25, 27, 28 pass attempts. And I think there's a pretty good chance he doesn't throw an interception against a pretty poor defense. And again, last season when DJ did throw an interception, a lot of the games he threw an interception were against top 25 teams, really good defensive teams. So these are going to be the 2 props, guys, that we roll with for Monday's game between Florida State and Boston College. Again, play light here. It's only 1 game, not a ton of props to like, but these are the 2 props I like most from what's available looking at the board the night before. If I find any more plays I like for this game, I'll share those over on Patreon. If you guys do want more Prizepicks plays from me, check out the Patreon linked down below. But I appreciate you guys watching the video. Hit that like button if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And also, if you don't have an account on Prizepicks, use that promo code NOAH. When you sign up, place your first lineup, you'll instantly get $50 in promo funds added to your account. So check out Prizepicks, guys. And again, use that code NOAH. But good luck tonight. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.